This is one player on every NFL team with the most pressure on them next season. For the Panthers, it's Chuba Hubbard. He really had a very disappointing season last year, mostly because Rico Dowdle took over the running game. But this season, he's going to be the premier back. He has to prove that he can be that running back he was 2 seasons ago. For the Saints, I think it's Brian Brees. He's had a great 2 seasons while he's been in the NFL, but if he wants that contract extension, he has to prove that he can be a dominant defensive lineman. He also needs to replace Cam Jordan after the season. Most likely that Cam Jordan will retire after this year. For the Buccaneers, I think it's Baker Mayfield. He's really trying to prove that he deserves that extension, and this is one of the worst rosters Baker has dealt with in a long time. I don't believe there's any pressure for him to prove that he's a good quarterback, but there needs to be some improvement this year because he completely fell apart last year, and he needs to play at a good level if he wants that extension. For the Falcons, it has to be Michael Penix. He's trying to prove if he's the franchise quarterback of this football team. He's even just trying to win the starting job right now. There's a lot of pressure on this guy to perform this season, or else he could be out of Atlanta after this season. For the Texans, it's CJ Stroud. Honestly, after the playoff performance, there's a lot of pressure on this guy. Not to mention, he's coming up on contract extensions. He has to prove that he can be a solid starting quarterback in the NFL if he's going to earn that extension and be the franchise player. For the Colts, it's Daniel Jones. I hate to keep seeing quarterbacks, but Daniel Jones is really trying to prove it. He just got a huge contract extension, which I don't know if he deserved it, but he's coming off that Achilles tear. This football team was very successful at the first half of last season. Can he replicate that this year? For the Jaguars, it's Travis Hunter. There's a lot of pressure on this guy. He needs to figure out where he plays best in the NFL first off, and he needs to prove that he can play at an elite level. He was the number 2 overall pick that the Jaguars gave up a lot of draft capital for. He has to prove it this season if he's going to be a dominant player in this league. And for the Titans, I think it's Dan Moore. They gave him a huge extension last year. There's not a lot of money left guaranteed for him, so if he doesn't play well this season, he could be out of Tennessee. Honestly, it was a very questionable signing when they signed him 2 seasons ago, but this year he really needs to prove that he can be a starting left tackle in this league.